Good Friday, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Conversational Daily News. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. Well, we made it to the end of another week. We, of course, have your news headlines coming up on this Friday. We have the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and in today's Entertainment Spotlight, you've been part of my conversation with entrepreneur and coach, Sheila Bella. Enjoy today's broadcast. For Conversational Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with your Friday headlines. In Mississippi news, Mississippi teacher pay raise plan headed to the governor's desk. Mississippi legislators have agreed on a teacher pay raise plan, and it will head to Governor Tate Reeves. The Republican governor said earlier this year that he would sign any teacher pay raise bill that lands on his desk. House Bill 852 would give each teacher a $1,000 pay raise. Newer teachers would get $1,100. The House passed the final version of the bill on Thursday. Mississippi has long had some of the lowest teacher salaries in the nation. According to the Southern Regional Educational Board, the average teacher salary in the U.S. for 2018 to 2019 is $62,000. For Mississippi, the average was $45,000. In national news, Biden says U.S. to hit 100 million virus goal today. With the U.S. closing in on President Joe Biden's goal of injecting 100 million coronavirus vaccinations weeks ahead of his target date, the White House announced on Thursday the nation is now in position to help supply neighbors Canada and Mexico with millions of life-saving shots. The Biden administration revealed the outlines of a plan to loan a limited number of vaccines to Canada and Mexico as the president announced the U.S. is on the cusp of meeting his 100-day injection goal way ahead of schedule. I'm proud to announce that tomorrow, 58 days into our administration, we will have met our goal, Biden said on Thursday. He promised to unveil a new vaccination target next week as the U.S. is on pace to have enough of the 3 currently authorized vaccines to cover the entire adult population just 10 weeks from now. Ahead of Biden's remarks, the White House said it was finalizing plans to send a combined 4 million doses of the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine to Mexico and Canada in its first export of shots. Press Secretary Jen Psaki said the details of the loan were still being worked out, but 2.5 million doses would go to Mexico and 1.5 million would be sent to Canada. Global public health advocates say wealthy nations like the U.S. need to do far more to help stem the spread of the pandemic. The World Health Organization on Thursday issued a report that fewer than 7 million COVID-19 vaccine doses have been administered in Africa thus far. That's the equivalent of what the U.S. administers in a matter of days. In more national news, stigmas on race, gender, and sex overlap in Atlanta slaying. 7 of the 8 people killed were women. 6 were of Asian descent. The suspect, according to police, appeared to blame his actions on a sex addiction. While the U.S. has seen mass killings in recent years where police said gunmen had racist or misogynist motivations, advocates and scholars say the shootings this week at 3 Atlanta area massage parlors targeted a group of people marginalized in more ways than one, in a crime that stitches together stigmas about race, gender, migrant work, and sex work. In some ways, this is another manifestation of the targeting of marginalized people in the U.S., said Angela Jones, an associate professor of sociology in New York, whose research has focused on race, gender, sexuality, and sex work. The killings in Atlanta follow a wave of recent attacks against Asian Americans since the coronavirus first entered the United States, with the majority of reports coming from women. The 21-year-old suspect denied his attack was racially motivated and claimed to have a sex addiction, with authorities saying he apparently saw massage parlors as sources of temptation. The shootings follow high-profile instances of race and gender-based killings in recent years. In 2014, a 22-year-old who had railed against women online killed 6 people and wounded 14 near the University of California in Santa Barbara. The following year, 8 black church members and their pastor were shot and killed in a racist attack in South Carolina. In 2018, a Florida gunman with what police called a hatred toward women killed 2 and injured 5 at a yoga studio. The year after that, a shooter targeting Latinos opened fire at an El Paso, Texas Walmart, killing 22 people. And finally, in entertainment news, Kanye West is reportedly worth $6.6 billion, CNN explains. Kanye West officially became a billionaire last year. Now he's a billionaire 6 times over. The The 43-year-old rapper turned fashion and athletic shoe mogul is now worth $6.6 billion, according to Bloomberg. The vast majority of West's wealth is tied up in his apparel businesses, the combined value of West's Yeezy sneaker partnership with Adidas and his clothing line with The Gap is worth a combined $3.2 billion to $4.7 billion, according to UBS report published in February. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. It's now time for the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Mary Ellen with your Truth of the Day. Shake yourself loose from the grip of the ego. The ego's grip is an illusion. It controls your choices. The ego attempts to keep God and your true success away from you. Your ego wants your life journey to pretend to go along peacefully. It allows your motives, judgments, and expectations to guide your intentions. You are perfectly happy with your ego just as long as everything goes your way. Real life just doesn't happen this way. At times, you may find yourself in this happy-go-lucky place when life throws a curveball. This is God's way of keeping you in balance and keeping your ego out of balance. These hard knocks are learning lessons. They are in your life to teach you to choose differently. Stay humbled, letting go of your ego mind. You are a very small part of the world God created, and you exist to aid in the healing of our world. Today, understand joy exists within you, whether things go your way or not, and enjoy the day.
Sheila Bella is featured in today's Entertainment Spotlight, right here on Conversations Daily News. For Conversations Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with the Entertainment Spotlight. Entrepreneur and coach Sheila Bella told me recently on Conversations Live, the radio show, it's been great to do work that she loves and to be able to empower other entrepreneurs along the way. Here's a bit of what she told me. What has it been like for you to see how your passion has led to such success, Sheila?
It's really cool to be able to make money as yourself. What can I say? You know, I've always heard the saying, you know, you escape competition through authenticity. And I found myself just leaning into that. You know, the more I fought who I really was, you know, the further I got from my goal. And yeah, that would be my encouragement to everybody here is just own who you are, be who you are. And I'm telling you, the universe, God will repay you for it.
Have you always known that beauty space, that was going to be that sweet spot for you where you would be able to make your mark?
Oh, I didn't know what this was. I feel like that's what adolescence is. I think all of us are just kind of like trying on different characters, right? I mean, I think that's what I've been doing my whole life. You know, I was looking at Debbie Gibson when I was younger, or Madonna, and I was like, I think that's who I am. And then I got a little bit older, and I would look at all these girls on Instagram and social media, and I'm like, maybe that's who I am. You know, I was in my early 20s, and so I'm Filipina. And, you know, I didn't feel very represented in the media, but I did see hot girls posing in front of cars, you know, scantily clad, you know, Filipina girls posing in front of cars. And I thought maybe that's who I am. So, no, I didn't know what this was. You know, so it took me a little longer to find my niche, to find myself. And yeah, you're absolutely right. You know, I think, you know, don't find a niche. I think your niche will find you, and you can escape that competition. You can find it just through becoming authentic. It will find you.
Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. We thank you all for tuning in to this edition of Conversations Daily News. We'll be back with you guys on Monday with more news, Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and of course your Entertainment Spotlight. Until then, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Daily News today. Let's make it a great one.